I want to nominate my brother, Robert Benn, for the Northview Family Dental 20K Smile Giveaway. He's the nicest guy you could ever meet. He drives the bus for our church to pick up and drop off people from the local shelters so that they can attend church Sunday morning. He's the kind of guy who will drop everything to help someone. He used to have an office job, graphic designer and tech support, until the recession hit, and the only work he could find was semi-truck driving. He has an autoimmune disease that affects his joints and will make his current occupation harder and harder. He's smart enough to go back to an office job, but struggles with the interview process because his teeth affect how people see him. My brother has always had a hard time with his teeth. Dentists say he has weak enamel and an acidic pH balance. He has always worked, but usually makes just enough to pay the bills and get by, not enough to pay for serious dental work. Also, most of his jobs didn't have dental insurance, and the couple that did were out-of-town jobs that made it almost impossible to be seen by a dentist, and still only partially covered the work that was needed. He went to a dentist recently, and they told him that it would cost him about $20,000 to $25,000 on top of what his insurance would cover to fix his mouth, because they would have to remove all of his teeth that are left and put in implants and full bridges. He has dealt with dental pain, abscesses, and infection for almost 20 years. He has difficulty chewing hard food because his teeth are brittle and have many cracks, or actually have cracked off part. He has had teeth extracted and empty spots where they are because the extraction was all he could afford. Having the severe infections in his mouth exacerbates his autoimmune disease and is dangerous for his overall health. You can tell that he's always in pain from his teeth, but he doesn't complain or use it as a reason that he can't do things. But I know that his teeth have embarrassed him and affected his confidence. I hope he wins the smile giveaway because he used to have an ear-to-ear smile, and now it's hard to get a picture of him with a real smile at all.
He is a worthy and needy candidate. I believe a healthy smile will improve his physical health, expand his occupational options, and increase his personal relationships. As a child, Rob had several applications of fluoride, but they fell off each time. He is afraid of needles. His gums have been tender, infected, and painful for most of his life. One look at his mouth will tell you that he is in need of a makeover. Rob is in constant pain with his gums and broken teeth. Rob is a man of extraordinary character and caring for children. When he was in his 20s, he hung high steel, and while the rest of the crew partied on the weekend, he cared for the boss's little girls. Later, a friend's life unraveled, so Rob, as a single unmarried man, took care of his friend and his friend's 3 children for over a year without payment. He cared for the children until a permanent home was arranged. For 5 years, Rob daily supervised the teen center with 20 teens. He taught Rogers students computer skills and conducted networking parties. He encouraged them to attend college, join the military, and consider a future bigger than their poverty neighborhood offered. They have graduated, served in the military, and several of them are in the tech field for their careers. During the recession, he was unable to get a tech support job, I believe due to the loss of confidence. He retrained to be employed. His trucking job didn't get him back for a Friday night church youth group, so he looked for a job that would guarantee that he would be at church. These teens come from families suffering the effects of addiction. He wants to be a person that they can count upon. He's dedicated to nephews and children, even though he has none of his own. Giving a smile to this man of character will be of benefit to the community, so I urge you to consider Robert Benn.